Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Happy Taurus season. I know it's almost the end of Taurus season. We've got about a week left, a little more than a week, but it's fine. It's still Taurus season. I'm getting the video out. Here we are. And obviously, I needed to make a beautiful, elegant, glamorous bull lady. And I know that typically female cows are not bulls, but again, trans rights. So the process for this painting was basically the same as the two other zodiac paintings that I've done so far. But I feel like this one took a little bit less time once I got to the actual painting. The lead up to it felt like it took longer. I think because at the beginning of April, I sort of burnt myself out. I took on too many things and I burnt myself out. And I needed, my brain decided to shut down. You know how it is. So I took some time. I took a little extra time with this, trying to make sure that I was like in the right headspace to be creating, and I did that, and here we are. I don't know what I'm saying. Again, I didn't go into this voiceover with a plan, so you just get my chaotic ramblings again. Hope you like it. I did realize through the process of editing this video that I think I prefer editing the real-time talking videos. So I might be doing more of those in the future, just because it makes it, even though it takes longer in the long run and it's harder overall, it's easier to come up with what to talk about because you can talk about like how you're doing things in the moment, as opposed to just after rewatching the footage and being like, okay, and now I'm doing this, and now I'm doing that, blah, 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 blah. But, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, here we are, painting our lovely cow. Yeah. So for this, I did want to do, like, a very beautiful, elegant cow, because, you know, Taurus is the bull with the horns, and Taurus, like the astrological sign, and, you know, personality wise, it's supposed to be all about like luxury and decadence. And so I wanted this painting to really emanate like luxury and elegance and beauty. From what I know about Taurus, its ruling sign is Venus. So, you know, Venus, Aphrodite, beauty, goddess of beauty, like, obviously. So, I think I did a really good job at it. Personally, I am super happy with how this painting turned out. I'm just pulling it out so that I can look at it and look at the finished piece in front of me. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out in the end, which you will see that eventually as it comes. Yeah, and I mean, at this point, I feel like we've worked through the majority of the ugly phase. I think there was a brief ugly phase while I was still kind of painting in her face, and I don't think I've completely finished the details of her face yet, but at this point, it's looking good. Like, I'm really proud of this piece, pretty much start to finish. And of course, she needed to have this beautiful mane of flowing hair in the wind. It's sort of like, I think there was like a meme type image of just the most beautiful cow in the world, and I really wanted to capture that. Because, I mean, when you think about it, cows are really pretty. Like, especially, like, the brown cows, and when they've got, like, some hair. I actually got a reference picture where the bowl does have hair like this, like how I'm painting, and it's so beautiful. And they've got those big eyelashes and like just those big doe eyes. Like, it's gorgeous. You can't tell me that cows aren't beautiful. And going into this, I wasn't sure if I wanted to add outlines or not, or if I wanted to keep it just purely painterly. But at this point, I was like, you know what? I think I've done outlines or something similar to outlines on both of the other pieces so far. So let's just keep that trend throughout the series. We will do some slightly darkened outlines around the piece just to sort of define the figure and everything. And I think that turned out well, and I do think it helped with defining like the ruffles at the bottom of her dress. Those are really tricky to do, actually. The ruffles, my paintbrush, I pause for cats. My paintbrush kept like separating, or I didn't quite have the right consistency of paint for the outlines, and I'm wondering if maybe I should have just done it in pen, or like maybe even with a brush pen. Although if I did it with a brush pen, I wouldn't have been able to get the exact right color that I got, because you can't mix colors in a pen. The pen is already there. But that might be something to think about maybe for next time, is doing an outline with a pen rather than with the liner brush, especially if I'm doing little fiddly details. And then for the background, I wanted to put her in like a field of flowers. You saw there I was kind of tapping the brush a little bit to try and get the speckles of flowers, but that didn't really work. So we just dotted on some flowers, and I think it turned out pretty well. It's got a good indication of a flower field. It's more of a representation of a flower field than like a distinct rendering, but I think that works. I think I wouldn't want it to be too crystal clear, like hyper rendered flowers. I feel like that would take away from the figure in the middle, and that just would have been a lot of time that I didn't need to waste on that. And here I wanted to darken the mountains in the background a little because I realized they were just a little bit too light, so then I needed to redo those trees, and I think they turned out really well. I think the trees in the far background really worked out nicely. And of course, for my zodiac paintings, I need to add the moon and some stars. And like the last time, I'm going with a little more realistic of a moon rather than the hanging from strings like I did with the first one. And I like the way that they turned out. I think I made the sky a little bit darker this time, and I think they stand out a little better. And of course, the flowers on the tree. Originally, these were supposed to be peonies because I know peonies are associated with the sign of Taurus. They ended up looking a little bit more like roses. And I know that neither roses nor peonies grow on a tree that looks like this, but it's a painting. It's mildly surreal. You know, there's a cow lady sitting in a golden hoop swing in the middle of a field. Like, it's not going to be 100% realistic. And then I just wanted to add sort of a more neon orange to the edge of those mountains to make it look a bit more like it was glowing. I'm not really sure if I captured the effect as well as I could have, but I did my best. And then of course we have the finishing touches with the banner to write the name. And I made the mistake of making my paint a little bit too thick on on the banner layer. So when I went to start doing the letters, I couldn't see where I had drawn out the letters from my sketch, where I had made them, nice and even. And now I'm looking at the final piece and I can see sort of the indentations of where the original letters were, and I see where I went wrong. But yeah, I ended up spacing the letters a little bit poorly. So they get kind of squished near the end. So you can see right now there's not much room for that final S. I'm looking forward to next month with Gemini, where I won't have to do any S's, because those S's are just my downfall, honestly. I think I have the hardest time. And then as just a final finishing touch, I wanted to make that hoop golden. It was feeling a little bit bland, so I broke out my gold Posca pen and we're just going over the hoop with the gold, and now it is time for the tape reveal. And unfortunately I did not record sound during this portion, so I can't just switch to like a tape peel ASMR, so you just have to kind of imagine it. But, maybe next time when I am actually doing a real-time talking, I'll do the tape peel portion with sound. But there she is. She is free off the watercolor block, and just gonna zoom in and show some of those details, that shiny gold. I think that worked out really well. Also, if you look at my nails, I tried to do it green and gold sort of thing. They look a little more silver in this lighting, but anyway. I associate like greens and golds with Taurus, earth signs, that sort of thing. But yeah, there she is. That is the finished piece. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my rambles. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you liked it. Comment down below. Whatever. I don't have any ideas for a comment of the day, but yeah, just comment whatever, leave a like, subscribe if you want more from me, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!